Welcome.
Another scintillating episode
Scintillating.
with the oceans. We both laugh. Welcome. The truth as we see it, as we know it, as we experience it today. Welcome to Power Couples, the show where we dive into the incredible world of being in business as entrepreneurs, as couples. And hopefully at some point we want to interview other couples.
The mystical, magical world of entrepreneurial marriage.
Here, so we can make sure that we're doing things right. I've got to press some buttons here. Here we go.
And it's the end of the day. And here's one of the things.
It's been a long day.
One, we're having tea.
We both have delicious cups of tea.
And two, this is pretty much one of the first times I've seen you all day.
I know. Usually we see each other more throughout the day. We work in the same office. It's our house.
It's our house.
But you know what's cool is I've been thinking about lately is that back when I started my business and working out of my home, it was like it wasn't as cool and as acceptable and normal as it is now.
Yeah.
Like when I started my business in my home, home-based, when I was 3 years old, a home-based business was to me, can I be honest? If people had a home-based business, I was like, what's wrong with you? That's for real. This is like 10, 15 or more years ago, 20 years ago. If somebody had a home-based business, it was like, why? Like, what's wrong with you? Because that was back in the day of like, I was running my magazine and my festivals and my yoga studio, and like home-based businesses were weird. But now it's super normal. Like now it's cut to everybody's at home. And it's really normal.
Yep.
That was a side note, a random side note.
Can I just say though, my beard game is really on point today. It really is because my wife trimmed it.
Okay, this is what's going to happen this whole show is I didn't use a strainer for my tea.
Oh, you just like totally
free-floated my tea, and I'm going to be pulling pieces of tea out of my mouth for this entire show. I hope you don't mind. This is delicious tea.
Double cheers?
Double
it's
cheers.
Literally like tea. We're cheersing like it's like tea full of.
Oh, it's a hot tea though.
Yeah.
It's delicious. So hopefully you can see and hear us all right.
If
Say hello.
Yeah.
Say hello in the comments. Say hi in the comments and let us know where in the world you are. Put that in the comment. That'd be cool. Where in the world are you? We put that in the comments. Want to hear it?
Yeah. So what's been on your mind today?
Oh, well, you were talking about like we didn't see each other much today. We were like ships in the night.
Right. We were like ships in the night.
You were on a coaching call. I was on a live stream stage featured alongside like 4 other women leaders. It was really cool. We were talking about 6-figure events. I think the whole phrase 6 figures is going away though. People are like, what the why? Why do we say 6 figures?
Yeah.
Because it was like cool. 5-8 years ago, people said 6 figures and all of us entrepreneurs were like, oh, and now it doesn't have as much meaning as it used.
Yeah, let's be honest. If you're making 6 figures in your business, you're pulling like 12 grand home at the end of the year.
That's true.
It's like, no, it's not. How to have a $12,000 a year business?
That's so not sexy.
No, it's not.
$12,000 a year business, everybody. So,
but it's real.
It's real.
And
that's
real. Here's the thing. Real inside of our businesses, when we start using real numbers and real things, that is, that saying, the truth will set you free. When I come to the reality of, oh, hey, if you do $100,000 in a business, it means you're taking home, like, depending on, let's just say, give or take expenses, all the things going on, running the business, taxes, everything.
Pay your accountant.
Like,
pay your fees and your
20.
Yeah, if that.
But it's the reality of it. It's just the facts of it. And when I know that, then I go, oh, okay. When I hit $100,000 in my business, I'm not like, yoo-hoo. It's completely like, let's go.
It's like reality check.
Oh, I need to have like $300,000 or $400,000 more come in to make the wage that a regular working person has.
Choosing to run a business is parallel to insanity.
I didn't even know you wouldn't say that, but I was like, it's like you have to produce. Think about it. If you're somebody who worked and made like, or making like $80,000 a year, and go like, I want to do my own thing and make $80,000 a year, it means that you're going to have to pull in $400,000 to $500,000 of money into that business.
Yeah.
To realistically do that. Maybe less, but it's not going to be like giant less.
Yeah. You still have to work.
No.
You still have to work, you still have to produce, you have to lean in, and you still, and I think that there's an illusion that being an entrepreneur and having your own business and working for yourself is going to be easier. It's not. Working for yourself is harder.
It is.
You want to get right up there and say it too?
It it really is.
It's way freaking harder. Way harder.
Because we are so much more trained and programmed to, for some reason, doing things for other people. Like, I'm going to go to this job and work at this high level and do whatever this is and like do the thing I'm supposed to do. But when it comes to ourselves, it's like,
Right? People will do less.
it's like there's like a child in here that rages and screams all day long because it's just it doesn't want to do it. It wants to go play. It wants to do everything else but it. And it's like,
Yeah.
I know.
And if
And
somebody else is in control of you, like your boss who's in control of you and in control of whether or not you get a paycheck or even continue to work, there's just a different motivation there when you're working for yourself. How many of you who work for yourself feel like I could not work today or whatever it is? And that, don't get me wrong, I love the freedom and the flexibility and the sovereignty of it, but it's not necessarily like more money up front.
no,
There's more reward, more potential
there's
rewards.
possibility.
Yeah.
There's a possibility of growth at a level that cannot happen from something else. Stability is not in it.
Yeah.
Because it relies on showing up.
Yeah.
And setting up systems and doing the things. Look, success, I think success in general, but success as an entrepreneur really comes down to, and we think we talked about it a little bit before, which was if get really good at doing boring stuff. Are we selling it?
We should have shirts that say get good at boring shit.
What do you think? It doesn't matter what it is. Any person who wants to operate at an elite level, a high level, doing anything in any area of life, the thing that that they have mastered the most is doing the mundane, monotonous, boring things that nobody else wants to do, but they've fallen in love with it.
You know, that makes me think of over the last 5 years, there were a lot of videos of like people on boats and on the Lamborghini and like, this is my life. You notice how I'm saying it, this is my life. And oftentimes they'd rented an Airbnb, rented a car, like rented a life for a weekend, taken a bunch of pictures and then said, this is my life. Like that's not really their life. So what you said made me think of that. It's like, what was it? I lost my train of thought.
Well, if we paint a where it's fantasy.
Yeah. And if this fantasy was promoted.
Yeah.
This fantasy was totally promoted. Like you can have this like dream life and like live on the beach. And the reality is much different than that.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, there is a feeling like, am I in a fantasy right now? Like when we were in Mexico with friends and it's this like, this is amazing. Like
Yeah.
this is what we did this for, but it's grounded. It's real.
Yeah. And in most cases, not all, but in most cases, it takes longer than we think it's going to take.
Way longer. Like we were saying, way longer, way harder. Welcome to another motivating episode of Power Couples, where we deconvince you to be an entrepreneur.
No,
and this is not planned. We just talked about
we're just getting realistic about the whole
thing. It's the end of our work
There's
week.
so much hype about this. There's so much hype in it, and people get caught up into the hype of it, and then once they're in, get like demoralized that oh, I can't get the things done, and it's not going as fast as I want it to, and all these different things. It's like, well, what if it was the thing that was sold as sexy as entrepreneurship? What if there's a different view of it that's more realistic, but it leads to more of what that thing is? It's just not being promoted because it's not sexy.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it sexy to say like,
you're going to work every day and feel like you question reality?
Yeah.
You're going to work every day and pull your hair out. You're going to work every day and be scared because you're the one facing the risk, not your boss, you.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And it's not a thing to say, don't do it. It's another thing to say, like, I'm like, there's nothing else I want to do. This is it. Like, this is the game.
Yeah.
And just know what you're getting into. Know what's going in. And it's like, if it's on your heart and you have a calling and you have a mission and you have the thing you want to do, that's going to pull you. It's not entrepreneurship that's going to pull you. There are very few people who can just be like, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't care what it is. I'm an entrepreneur. Most people like, I have a vision of thing I want to do, and there's some business stuff that has to happen. So just being realistic with it and know that you can have as much success as you want.
Yeah. I'm an anomaly.
Yeah.
Like I've been an entrepreneur since I was a teenager.
You're like a fish that lives on land. Is that an anomaly?
No, well, that's not even an anemone. It's not a fish. It doesn't live on land.
No.
But I like your point. I'm an anomaly because I don't think that most people are wired to be entrepreneurs. Like a lot of entrepreneurs who I meet, they had some other career that was successful. And then they decided, you know what, I think I want to do my own thing. But they're already backed by
Mm.
all the money that they made at their career or all the money that their partner's giving them or whatever it is. I think like I'm an anomaly. There aren't many entrepreneurs out there who are just like, I want to be an entrepreneur, even though it doesn't make sense.
Well, most people aren't entrepreneurs. This is one of the big things I realize and being able to see through you and have it adapted more is most people aren't entrepreneurs. They are modality people who have to do business. But if the switch was, I'm an entrepreneur and it doesn't matter what you put in front of me, I will make it work.
That's me.
Success can happen
If
there.
all there was the ability, like I had to sell tires, that was my business. Like if that's the only thing that was
Yeah,
possible,
sell
there was
tires.
nothing in the world anymore but selling tires, and I turn them into, maybe I would turn them into sandals.
Yeah.
I would just make a business out of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But fortunately, I get to work with women that I love.
Because the craft is the business and the modality comes secondary. And that is a
Interesting.
huge shift.
That's a huge
That is a
shift.
big like pivot in the mind that goes, I have to fall in love with business.
Right? Like if you work with angels and I took that away from you, would you still be in business?
Yeah.
Would you still want to help people and transform their lives and do something? Would you find some other way of or thing to do? I like that. Did you finish your tea?
I did.
You know what I love about our show?
My tea doesn't have like a pound of tea leaves floating
Yeah, mine
around.
has all these tea
What do you love
leaves.
about our show?
Is that it's the end of our week. So it is the last thing that we do.
Yep.
And by the end of our week, I'm a bit loopy.
Yep.
So I'm just like hanging out casual. When I do my show, Unicorn Secrets for Women Entrepreneurs, it's on a Tuesday. It's like earlier in the day. It's earlier in my week. I've just gotten on Mondays. I don't get online with people. So on Tuesdays, like I just got online and I'm just like, it's like a tangible teaching for everybody. And our show is like random. Like you kind of have entered the twilight zone
Mhm.
when you watch Power Couples in the best kind of way. And if you know what the twilight zone is,
More points.
it's more
More
points.
points for you.
More points for you.
Yeah, I mean, but we have these kind of conversations all the time. Like we would after this, we're gonna go in the hot tub and we're gonna do a check-in
I
and we're
brought my
gonna
room.
talk about what we did at the end of the day and like,
Let's share our end of the day routine.
ooh, end of the day routine.
Maybe that could be the thing. How many of you want it? Say yes in the comments if you want our end of day routine, how we switch from business. This could be a cool thing.
Yeah,
This
it
could
could
be a
be.
free gift. This could be a training.
Entrepreneur.
I'm like, oh yeah, we could do a thing on this. We're going to share our end of day routine, just a couple little details
End of
about
day
it.
routine to switch from work into life, but also how we reconnect and how we can like work together. People are like, how do you work together and then do life together and spend that much time together? And it's like I said at the beginning, I'm like, this is kind of one of the first times I've seen her today. We were just like,
And then I sometimes yawn during our show because it's like literally like way end of day. Okay. And usually it's earlier that we do this, but I double booked it. My bad.
he shifted this on the calendar and did not inform me about it. Just saying.
Not okay. No, okay. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. Our end of the day routine in between dinner and hanging out together and
Yep.
work. There's a few things that we do. And like usually it's the kind of like, okay, let's get these things done and go. So we go sit in the hot tub. If you don't have a hot tub, you could get in the bath with your partner or
Yep.
you could go for a walk.
When it was like super cold out, we just had a bath.
And we wore hats.
Yeah. No, we had a
Oh,
bath, but when
we
it was less cold, we just had a toque, beanie, skull cap, whatever you want to call it, and went in the hot
Oh,
tub.
I didn't bring mine down. Anyway, yeah, so ours is as quickly as possible. Now we have to do our show right now with all you. We go get in the hot tub, and sometimes we'll put some food on first, like some food that I've made in advance. We stick it in our Instant Pot
So smart.
and we go get in the hot tub. So we do something together. It might, and something together that we can talk during. Like, so for you, it might be like going for a walk or a bike ride or sitting in your hot tub or just like sit in chairs together. But there's no other distractions. Like you're not doing anything else. So
Nope.
there's no other distractions. So we go and we sit in a hot tub, and there are three things.
Three
Type
things
the
you
number
do.
3 in the comments down below. Type the number 3 in the comments down below if you want to know the 3 things that we talk about.
We'll wait.
We won't wait.
Number one. What did you accomplish today?
Accomplishments. This is huge. We won't
is
go too
huge.
deep into all of these
No,
because
Because we'll go deep on another one.
maybe
but
we'll make like if you want a class with how to do these, like you bring your partner and we teach you these in a class.
Yeah,
Put
it's
class
huge.
in the comments down below. Or if you want, look, I have more people watching than you. Not competitive at all. If you want a class on this, put class in the comments down below. Or we
Guys,
could
get on mine.
we could actually do like a resource for you and you could download it. That'd be cool too. Put download in the comments down below if you want this. Okay, so and we'll go deep into how to do these things later, but we list our accomplishments
This
from the
one's
day.
huge. It's huge because there are so many days during the week that if we don't do it, one, it starts to connect us, and two, that we'll feel like during the week, like sometimes I'm like, ah,
And
I
getting
feel
it
like I
done.
got nothing done today. And it's like, well, what'd you do? And I list off like 32 things. And I'm like, huh,
I did some stuff.
did some stuff today.
Yeah. So we recommend that you do that even in your own world. Like list to yourself what I got done today. We can go deeper in that in a
Yeah.
training. So number one is accomplishments. Number 2 is a check-in.
A check-in.
About 5 minutes
Meaning,
each.
how's your heart? What's going on inside of you today? Because I can't read minds and read hearts on a full level, and neither can she. We're two totally different species.
Yeah. So the question is, how is your heart, or how are you really? And it's
How are you really?
It's so sweet. Like to hear you asking me this on a daily basis. Ah, like it's softening for the feminine heart to hear it, to have, and those of you who have a husband or a partner that you're like, can you please train him how to do this? Reach out to Stephen. What are you at Stephen Ocean Life?
Yep.
Reach out to at Stephen Ocean Life and say, please train my man.
And it's important because the check-in is not, hey, let's have a check-in, and she's not bringing it to me. I'm going to her for it and saying, let's check in. Let's see how your heart is. What's going on? How are you really today?
Yeah. Ladies, are you drooling? Because it's huge in the energetics and the power dynamic that if I lead it, if I say, hey, let's have a check-in, because I'm a leader. How many of you women watching are leaders? You don't want to have to lead another freaking thing. And if you do, the power dynamic is that you're leading your man. And that does not work. You can lead him in certain things, but you can't lead him in everything. And so if I lead you in the check-in, then I'm just leading you in another thing. And it puts the power dynamic like, I'm the leader, you're the follower,
is.
I'm the parent, you're the kid. And it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
so he leads it. Like I have to wait for him to ask.
That is an attraction killer.
So, but when I wait for him to ask, he leads it. It's an attraction booster.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, you really care.
Yeah.
And he just, and I desired this for years.
Yeah.
But in early on in our relationship, I was like, hey, you want to do like connection stuff and like conscious relating and all these things. And he was like, you were not interested. And I was bummed. But now
Because
you lead it.
Because on some level, it's that thing.
Is me telling
It's
you
like
what to do.
so much of that. Being entrepreneurs and married and having a like powerful, high producing queen, the dynamics are so skewed already.
And that's the difference. Like if you had the business and I was like you're being your secretary,
Yeah.
energetic dynamic wise, we'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm the one with the business. I'm the creator. I'm the producer. I'm the decider. Can you feel it? Like I'll be my masculine, like deciding and linear and organizing. And then if I also have to do that in a relationship, it's just like,
And that's a that's a masculine thing, which you'll have to be in it. But if I say, how's your heart? What's really going on? Meow. And then what it's really saying is it switches her and it's like, stay out of my domain.
really good. Yeah, you've in the last year and a half, like completely shifted this for us. It's been really cool. So thank you.
Yeah.
Really cool. You have a sparkle on your face.
Number 3.
Number 3. So number 1 was list your accomplishments. It takes like a minute or 2.
End of day accomplishments.
Number 2.
What's going on here?
You had a shirt tuck issue. Number 2. You look cool on my Instagram.
I know, right?
My camera is great on my camera. We have
I'm
2
sure.
Instagram phones going down below everybody.
Got all sorts of things happening.
Okay, number 1.
End of day check-in.
Number 2.
No.
Oh no.
No, I got it. I got it. Number 1 is end of day accomplishments. Number 2 is end of day check-in. How's the heart? What's going on? Number 3 is
Gratitudes.
gratitudes.
Just list 10 gratitudes.
This one is so mega, like it's mega, mega, mega. I was thinking about it this morning. I was in the stack this morning doing a gratitude stack, this thing I use and train men with, and realize that like, it feels so difficult. I was like, holy, I just got to pull, like trying to pull gratitude stuff out because we're drivers, we're goers, we're looking at where we want to go. And oftentimes that's like the gap of, hey, here's where I am and here's where I'm not. So to be able to look and be like, gratitude, I'm grateful for the tree, like to go through the gratitude. So yeah, it was huge, huge, huge.
Yeah.
And we've heard about it for decades, gratitudes and all those different things, but it's like,
Great big mega.
It's great big mega.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, the first time I learned gratitudes, everybody, to do gratitude was 25 years ago.
It's so
That was a long time ago.
It's so undervalued.
Yeah. And it's something that really shifted a lot of things for me. It shifted my life in a big way. So
Sip yours.
yeah, you go for it.
I got a beard, it'll just
It's
filter
like
it out.
there's a layer of tea leaves on the bottom. This is a nice tea, by the way. This is Gynostemma.
Yeah.
It's an Asian tea. I don't know if you can all see it. It's an Asian tea that's caffeine free.
And if you drink it for, I think it's like 20 or maybe it's 30 days straight, and then keep drinking it, it does something to do with lengthening your telomeres.
Really?
Yeah.
We need to go to a longevity conference again. I don't
Little
even know
tip
if
from
those
Bruce
exist.
Calkins.
I don't know if those exist.
I think they do. So gratitude. Everyone's heard about it. How many people actually do it on a regular basis? I know I haven't.
Yeah.
And now when we
retrains your
bring it in,
brain.
it does.
It trains your mind.
It's to focus on like possibility and what's here and what's now and what's real and what's good and what's like, we all could use a lot more of that.
We all could use a little gratitude. I feel like we should burst into song now.
Oh, we need our
all could
instruments.
use a little gratitude.
You did.
I've been playing my cajon box drum lately.
Yep.
I missed a day yesterday though.
Who's Sprouts?
Self-love.
Who's that?
That's I can't see their picture. I know who that is.
Who are you?
So this is the show for today.
Yeah.
The truth as we see it is it's important to connect. It's important to have like an end of the day ritual if you live on your own, or let's say that you don't work with your partner, to have something that you do when you come together. Like maybe you work in separate places, but you come together, and this whole thing takes us about 15 minutes.
Yeah, in the hot tub. Then we get out and we're eating some food.
And then
going to watch an episode of Vikings. If you haven't watched Vikings, it's amazing.
I'm obsessed. Oh, we just did a chair shift because we were stoked about Vikings.
And then probably play a game of Quirkle.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what Quirkle is.
And play some music.
play some music,
So like that's what our evening
get ready
looks
for
like.
bed, read together.
Today we're running a little bit later than normal because I booked meetings during our show time. But I would love to be like in the future, I would love to be ending this show 2 hours earlier than we're ending right now.
Yeah, that was originally actually
And
on
then
the
we'd have
calendar.
more time for like music and hot tubbing. But we're gonna go, everybody, because we're gonna hot tub.
Yeah, we're going hot
Even
tubbing.
though this show could go on for hours, and we will do more for you.
Yeah. So anything you want to know, any questions you have, anything, put in the chat, email us. You can email me.
You can actually email. That's like saying write me a letter and send it by ship.
Carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon. Just send me a DM right
DM.
now. What kind of topics do you want
I
to
say
see in our
don't
show?
email you.
And if you would like us to interview you
Yeah.
and your partners, got to be a couple. If you would like us to interview you as a couple, please send me a DM and say, hey, I'm a couple ship. I'm in a couple ship and I would like you guys to interview me. I've totally lost the ability to speak.
Couple ship.
Couple ship. We want to interview your couple ship.
Let's not change our name of this podcast from Power Couples to Couple Ships.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we love you so much.
And we'll see you.
Oh, wait, what's our outro?
Oh, we have an outro. You had it on your computer. We don't have
Okay,
it.
let me
So
find it.
we'll get our outro.
Do we have an outro? No, I don't think we have an outro. I think I made it up last week.
All right.
We need an outro.
Make it
So
up.
thank you for watching Power Couples, everybody. We hope that we have inspired you, and I don't have an outro.
Until the next one.
Until next time. Bye, guys. Ciao. Later. Bye.